Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learning English USA. I am Jessica, and I am happy to continue our English listening practice lesson with you today. In part 1, we practiced conversations about meeting new people, visiting a coffee shop, working in an office, shopping at a supermarket, discussing daily routines, and traveling. Today, we will continue with more useful daily English conversations that can help improve your listening, vocabulary, and speaking confidence. Remember, you do not need to understand every word immediately. Just relax and listen carefully. The more English you hear, the easier it becomes to understand. Let's begin. Imagine that it is a beautiful Sunday morning. The weather is warm, the sky is blue, and many people are enjoying their day. Families are spending time together. Friends are meeting for lunch, and others are enjoying outdoor activities. Our first story begins at a restaurant. Sarah has decided to treat herself to lunch after a busy week. She arrives at a comfortable restaurant in the city center. As she walks inside, a waiter welcomes her with a friendly smile. The restaurant is quiet and peaceful. Soft music is playing in the background, and several families are enjoying their meals. Sarah is guided to a table near the window. From there, she can see people walking outside and enjoying the beautiful weather. After looking at the menu for a few minutes, she decides to order a chicken sandwich and a glass of orange juice. While waiting for her meal, she checks her phone and reads messages from friends. She feels relaxed and happy. Soon, the waiter brings her food. The sandwich looks fresh, and the orange juice is cold and refreshing. Sarah enjoys her lunch and takes her time eating. After finishing her meal, she thanks the waiter and pays the bill. Simple restaurant conversations are very common in everyday life. Learning how to order food, ask for the menu, request the bill, and thank the staff can help you feel more confident when dining in English-speaking environments. Now let's continue. Later that afternoon, David arrives at the airport. He is excited because he is traveling to Chicago for a short vacation. David arrives early because he wants plenty of time to check in and find his gate. The airport is busy. People are carrying suitcases, looking at information screens, and waiting for flights. At first, David feels slightly confused because he cannot find his departure gate. Instead of worrying, he approaches an airport employee and politely asks for help. The employee gives clear directions and explains exactly where David needs to go. David thanks the employee and follows the instructions. When he arrives at the gate, he sits down and waits for boarding to begin. Next to him sits another traveler. After a few minutes, they begin talking. They discuss where they are going, why they are traveling, and how long they plan to stay. The traveler explains that he is visiting family, while David says he is taking a vacation. They exchange travel experiences and talk about places they would like to visit in the future. Travel conversations are excellent for English learners because they often include questions about destinations, transportation, schedules, and personal experiences. Now let's move to another common situation. Health is important for everyone. One morning, Emma wakes up feeling unwell. She has a headache and a sore throat because she is not feeling better after 2 days. She decides to visit a medical clinic. When she arrives, she sits in the waiting room and waits patiently. Soon, a nurse calls her name. The nurse asks how she is feeling and listens carefully as Emma explains her symptoms. A few minutes later, Emma meets the doctor. The doctor asks several questions about her condition and checks her temperature. After the examination, the doctor explains that she needs rest, plenty of water, and some medicine. Emma feels relieved because her illness is not serious. She thanks the doctor for the advice and promises to follow the instructions carefully. Understanding basic health-related conversations is very useful because everyone occasionally needs medical assistance. Now let's continue with another daily conversation. Michael and Lisa are coworkers who often eat lunch together. One afternoon, they begin discussing their families. Lisa explains that she has one brother and one sister. Her brother lives nearby, so she sees him often. Her sister lives in another city, which makes visits less frequent. Michael says that most of his family lives in another state. Although they do not see each other regularly, they stay connected through phone calls and video chats. Lisa believes family relationships are very important. Michael agrees and explains that spending time with loved ones always makes him happy. Family is one of the most popular conversation topics in English because people naturally enjoy sharing stories about the people they care about. Now, imagine moving to a new neighborhood. Anna recently moved into a new apartment. Everything is new to her, including the streets, stores, and neighbors. One afternoon, she meets a friendly neighbor named James. James welcomes her to the neighborhood and asks how she likes the area. Anna says she enjoys living there because everyone seems kind and helpful. James tells her about nearby parks, restaurants, and shopping areas. Anna appreciates the information and feels more comfortable in her new environment. By the end of the conversation, she feels like she has already made a new friend. Making friends often starts with simple conversations like these. Now let's talk about weekend plans. Many people enjoy discussing their plans for the weekend. On Friday afternoon, Sarah meets her friend Emily. They begin talking about what they will do over the next few days. Emily plans to go hiking with several friends. She enjoys spending time outdoors and exploring nature. Sarah says she plans to visit her parents because she has not seen them for several weeks. Emily thinks that sounds wonderful. Both friends are excited about their plans and hope to have enjoyable weekends. Talking about future plans is an important communication skill because it helps people organize activities and stay connected with friends and family. Now let's listen to a phone conversation. David decides to call his friend Mark. He wants to invite him to dinner. Mark answers the phone and greets David warmly. They ask each other how things are going and talk about their day. After a few minutes, David asks if Mark is free that evening. Mark says he is available. David suggests having dinner together at a local restaurant. Mark likes the idea and agrees immediately. They decide to meet at 7 o'clock. Before ending the call, they wish each other a good day and say goodbye. Fun conversations are important because many people communicate by phone every day. Practicing these conversations can improve both listening and speaking skills. Now let's spend some time talking about confidence. Many English learners worry about making mistakes. They often think they must speak perfectly before talking to others. However, this is not true. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The important thing is to continue practicing. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you may lose balance or fall, but with practice, you improve little by little. Learning English works the same way. Every conversation helps you become stronger and more confident. Every new word you learn becomes part of your growing vocabulary. Every listening exercise improves your understanding. This is why daily practice is so important. Even 15 or 20 minutes of English. Listening each day can make a big difference over time. Now let's do some listening practice. Listen carefully and repeat in your mind. Good afternoon. Welcome to our restaurant. I would like a chicken sandwich. Can you help me? Where is my gate? I am traveling on vacation. I have a headache. I hope you feel better soon. Do you have any brothers or sisters? Are you new here? What are your plans this weekend? Would you like to have dinner together? That sounds great. See you at 7 o'clock. Excellent job. You are improving your English every time you listen. Remember that language learning is a journey. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep moving forward. Every day brings a new opportunity to practice. Every lesson brings you closer to your goals. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of Daily English Conversations. I am Jessica from Learning English USA. Keep listening, keep practicing, keep learning, and I will see you in part 3.